Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. It's time to start body work of the Prelude and getting this thing cleaned up. I know it's been a while since we messed with this thing. The Suburban kind of got in the way, but it's time to start getting this thing at least stripped down, sealed in. We've got to start fixing some dents and some rust and fixing this thing up and getting it ready to go to paint. Because by God, this thing will be done this year. 2020 is the year of the Prelude, and it will be done. I don't care what happens. So we started stripping it, and it actually got stripped down a while ago. But, you know, of course, life happens. Ran into some issues, and now we got some surface rust that's kind of started taking its hold on it. This thing was sideswiped at one point. The door was completely roached. And the quarter panels, it's not terrible, but it's got some rough spots in it. I do have another quarter patch that's straight for this. I'll decide if we want to patch that in or just go ahead and just hammer that out and smooth that out later. This side's pretty clean. Not a lot of rust, just a little bit of surface rust over there. The passenger side, on the other hand, does have a pretty good sized rust bubble in it, and thanks to the people that don't understand what raw metal is, I think we could figure out the fingerprints based on who touched this and the rust marks that are on there. But on the passenger side, you know, it's a little more crispy, so we're gonna have to do some work in this area. And then again down here in the lower part of the quarter is a little rough, and there's nothing right there, so it does have a little bit of rot that we're going to have to address and get taken care of. So we're going to do some sheet metal work on that. I want to go ahead and shave the antenna hole, and there's just some spots right there, which a lot of this was caused by me by stripping this whole thing down, probably 2008, 2009, and putting it in a garage that got a lot of water. So a lot of it was on me for why this thing rusted out, but this side's really good back here, and these are all things that we need to address and get buttoned up. So let's get to it. Let's get this body done, because it deserves to be painted and out on the road. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell 5 friends, 10 friends, and check out the description down below for all the products we use. So let's get to it. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. It's probably kind of hard to see in the light, but you can see all those brown dots. That's all rust there. So what we're doing, we're going over it with the DA, and we'll sand a few of these here for a second and show you what it looks like. Still, probably won't show up on camera worth a darn, but you can still see there's dots everywhere. So our goal is to get rid of all those little dots. probably won't show up, but you can still see like 3 or 4 dots right in this area. And we're just going to keep working those out so we don't see them. If they're super deeply pitted, we'll go ahead with a little bit more aggressive pad, and we'll knock them down so they don't have pits. We want to get rid of all the pits and all the rust. Most of this is just surface rust, so we're getting rid of that with just the 80 grit. But there are some deeper pits, so I'll cut back when I find a deep pit and show you what it looks like and how we take care of it. Alright, so we got a deep pit right there that we're not able to get out with the DA. Just a line right across there, like there's probably a nick in the paint or the nick in the metal. It's a little deeper than we can get with the DA. So what I do to get rid of that is come over here to my little die grinder unit with a row lock on it. And we just hit that area and we just polish that out with this, and then we come back and hit it with the DA. So now it's polished up real well. You can still see a little bit of pitting in there, right in this area right here. So we're going to work that until that pitting's all gone, because we got to get down below that pitting. I want to be careful because this thing puts a lot more heat in the metal. So I want to make sure we're not going to warp the metal by getting it too hot. Again, our pits are right there. For a little while, take a little break. Metal's pretty hot right now, so we'll let it cool down a little bit. And once it's cool to the touch, we can go ahead and hit it again. Again, let it cool because we don't want to warp the metal. Got rid of most of the pitting. There's about 5 pits still in there, so we're just going to keep working it until the pits are gone. And then once we get it cleaned up with the angle grinder, we'll go ahead and DA it again and make it all the same consistency. Alright, so we got all the pitting out right here. There's no more pitting left in there, so we're able to go ahead and hit it with the DA and clean it up. Guys, well, we're back working on Project Prelude. As you can see, I got a little bit done here. Got this stripped out. Got the back glass out. That worked out really well. Yeah, it fucking shattered. I had the bottom done here. It was all loose all the way around. And I was just giving the glass a little pickup right here just to try to figure out how I could get the wire tucked in there, and she exploded. You can still hear it snap, crackle, and popping. So yeah, that fucking sucks. I don't even know if you can get a rear glass for this anymore. So hopefully I can, otherwise this is going to be a glassless car. And I think about all the cars that have had the glass smashed out of them to become circle jerk cars, and yeah, that's a tough one. I think maybe what we might do now is just make this thing a circle jerk car and be done with it. I don't know, maybe, we'll see. But on a positive note, so there's a lot of glass down here, but we got this side pretty well all stripped out and cleaned out, and got the door jamb re-cleaned and stripped. And oh yeah, by the way, we shattered the back glass. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Fuck. That sucks. But good news is the glass is out, right? I guess so. Ugh. Alright, well, we'll cut back in like an hour, hour and a half, and maybe we'll have this side stripped out. I don't know, possibly, probably not though. Alright guys, let's fast forward an hour and a half later. I have the passenger side cleaned up, got all the rust off, got her ground down to nice clean sheet metal. Except for that little frickin' booger shit right there. We're gonna have to do a little patch panel on that one. But that's what it is. It is a Honda Prelude. Look, hey, look, Zach's here. Oh fuck! You're on camera, bud.
Sorry about that.
Say something good for the camera.
No me gusta Honda Prelude!
No me gusta! Anyways, got this side cleaned back up, got the rust cleaned off of it, and she's ready for some primer. Give you guys a little tip here. So down in this windshield channel, right here, there's some pretty good sized pitting. You can see it real good there. I've got it cleaned out. But all this pitting from water and dirt and everything sitting down inside here, we want to get that all cleaned out or as good as possible. So I use a wire wheel like that on the grinder, and that gets down there and that cleans out some of that light pitting pretty well. Probably not 100% effective, but it works really well to get a lot of that cleaned out. So we're not going to be painting over rust. We'll get down to bare metal or as close as possible. So we're going to attack that with this wire wheel. Alright guys, I feel like now is a good time to give you a little safety tip here. When using one of these wire wheels of death, it's always best to have your hearing protection, obviously because it's loud, but get yourself one of these full face shields here, or at least have safety glasses and a big woolly beard, because I just got shot in the neck with that guy right there, but my beard slowed it down pretty good, and they've stuck in my hands before. They're not fun, but they do a good job getting in all the crevices. So make sure you wear your safety gear, because I don't want to see you looking like a pirate next year. And I finally got this thing stripped down, back down to bare metal, and got it wiped out. It's ready for primer. I think I've went over this side 3 or 4 times now, buffing it back off because it took so long to get it stripped off, but we are all clean, raw metal, and we are ready to spray some primer. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to mix up some primer. We're going to lock this stuff in. We got it all wiped down. It's nice and clean. A little bit of paper towel right there, but let's put it in gray. Put a little paper down right there just to cover up the trunk opener and fuel door opener and some of the wiring and the hood opener and just the wiring and blah blah blah. So just trying to keep a little bit of overspray out of that. I'm not worried about any of that stuff because hey, it's going to be covered, so it doesn't really matter to me. Alright, let's get some primer mixed up. Okay, well, we got our primer mixed up pretty well here. It's nice and even. There's not a bunch of clumps and solids anywhere. And this primer is a 2-to-1 mix. It says there on the can right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to where our cup says 2-to-1, and we will pour in the primer, and we'll probably dump a solid 5 in, and then we'll come back in and we'll fill our catalyst up to the next line, that next column of the 5. So we're ready to dump some primer in. There's a good chance I'll just spill it all over hell, because it's a pretty fresh gallon. Alright, we're right at the 5. Go ahead and dump our catalyst in. Mix it up, and it's going to be ready to spray. Alright guys, we finally got this thing in sealer primer. It has taken a month and a half to get it done. I got busy, didn't have time to do it. A lot of stuff started flash rusting in the process. We went ahead and bumped everything off tonight. Finished cleaning up the last little bit in the window well. And now it is all one color, and we don't have to worry about it rusting anymore. So that's a positive. So, that being said, we're going to start working on the bodywork. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of all the rust in the passenger side quarter panel. We got a little bit of work to do down here. This thing was sideswiped, and it looks like a little bit of a pock face here. And then we've had some rust in the center lips. I cut that out 10 years ago, but we'll figure out what we're going to do, whether we're going to just cut this out. I have a lower quarter patch here, so I might just cut a section out and just take this section out, patch it in. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but we're going to get this thing in bodywork, and we are going to get this thing looking good. Hopefully in the next month or so, we'll be spraying it in black, because we need a black Prelude again with some nitrous. Alright guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later. Alright, so we got the Zac Attack here. He's getting ready to take a small shot of the De Leon's. Is that the orange sauce?
This is the orange gut rot sauce.
Orange sauce.
So, Mike has now challenged me, because, you know, I was enjoying my burrito. You know, this is what's left of the burrito. I demolished almost all of it. And I've been, you know, slowly applying a little bit of sauce to the burrito.
My ass, you've used almost that whole container.
And now he's challenged me to drink the sauce.
No, you brought that up on your own. But anyways, drink it.
So, when somebody tells me to do something, I fucking do it.
How does that feel?
It's warm. Yeah.
It's good and hot?
Well, it's hotter than the red shit is, that's for sure.
That's good and warm.
I would say that most prepubescent males would die if they drank that.
I agree. Concur.
You know, but I'm not that, and so I'm
your
going
balls
to power
have dropped.
through all the way down to my fucking ankles. Yeah.
You're getting
they
old,
have.
bud.
I have duct tape holding them up right now. not. I'm not proud of that, but it's the truth. So yeah, that's where we're at.
How was it? How was the hot sauce?
You know, it's got an aggressive start and fiery finish. You know, if you're going to compare it to wine.
Yeah. Did you sniff it before you drank it?
I did not. I fucked that up, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You should have sniffed it. You got to swirl it and sniff it.
Well, next time.
Next time.
Next time we'll do it.